Welcome back to another Souls Day episode, and I'll be glad to be taking you through the introduction part of, well, actually, most of Sen's Fortress, actually. Here we go. I haven't leveled up really since the last time, I don't think so. And really just, as you had seen in the last video, the intro to Sen's Fortress, I just, killed the giant that opens the gate. The only reason I kill him is always for that Titanite chunk, as I believe it's worth it to keep him to kill him than to keep him alive, as there's no dialogue with him or any significance in keeping him alive in any way. So whatever. And for those of you who may be wondering why I haven't gone downstairs to pick up the scythe and kill the Titanite demons, I'll actually do that last, just before killing the area boss. I think I'll come back and go do that, pick up the last few things that I may have missed along the way, and just to explore every nook and cranny and see what Sen's Fortress had for me that I did not get, as sometimes I like leaving things behind because it's tedious just running around looking for things, as I don't really have a great memory, and I tend to forget sometimes what certain things are. So I guess you'll have to forgive me about that. I haven't, as much as I've played Dark Souls, I haven't played it to such an extent that I know where each and everything is all the time. I know there are some people who are good with that, but I'm not one of them. Each of my playthroughs is is usually like a couple of months in between. Like, for example, the last time I played this was maybe 3 months ago. And before that playthrough 3 months ago, of which that playthrough lasted like 2 months. Can you see? I wasn't really like speed running and finishing it fast. I took my time, even the last time. The playthrough before that was like 7 months before, and before that I think another 5 months. So as you can see, I'm not a veteran of Dark Souls, but I try. So that's why I don't really remember where most things are some of the times. But still a good game nonetheless. And I'm kind of liking the armor set I'm rocking. The Crimson Gauntlets, the Warrior top half, the Thief Mask, and the Shadow Leggings. It's really looking nice. It's really looking nice. I'm loving it. I want to change outfits for the upper part of Sen's Fortress, but then it's going to be really difficult deciding on what to wear, as I really like this right now. But anyway, you roll down here, and this is where you meet Siegmeyer again, and he always seems to find himself in a pickle, and you, being who you are, should find it in your heart to help the poor man, as he's a jolly good fellow, and I have not found any flaw with Siegmeyer besides him being a bit too nice for the situations he finds himself in. Just an ordinary chap, just having a good time, I guess. No matter how bad the situations are, I can bet he's smiling underneath that big onion hat of his. But anyway, enough about Siegmeyer. In the last video, I'd been talking about how I'd wanted to talk about game development, and I guess I can go in and out of that chat, talking about the level, of course, Sen's Fortress, and game design. Just hold on a sec.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Catarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a ball to be precise. I must say, I'm a bit stuck to be up running those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Always has this dry humor about him, Siegmeyer. If ever you killed him in any of your playthroughs, I think you deserve to rot in a cell, as only bad people would do that. Really a good character, I don't know. I think he was really a good addition to the Dark Souls, to Lordran as a whole. I think that having him there really spiced up the game, gave you a different perspective. A different perspective on most NPCs in the game. But anyway, when I was talking about in the last video I'd been talking about like how I viewed the differences and changes in terms of the generation of gaming in the different generations in gaming, and I just talked about just Mario and Jak and Daxter as my examples of Mario was my 2D platformer that was popular at the time. That was what I took as an example. And Jak and Daxter was what I thought was a very decent 3D platformer, which was on the PS2, which first debuted on the PS2. And as you can see here, I got invaded. I was really angry because I was like, I spent most of the day playing sport and I was tired, and I was like, whatever, now I have to deal with an invader. And this kind of made me play passively the whole time. And yeah, kind of slowed things down. And then I had sad glitches with the boulders. I have no clue what the hell was going on with those boulders, but apparently you can't step too close. Not like I even touched it. Maybe I was like a step before it, and then bam bam, the double hit phenomenon you just encountered there. But yeah, it can be a problem sometimes. What was I talking about? So yeah, the invader kind of made me play very passively because I didn't know where he would come from. And since Fortress seems to have lots of different levels in terms of height, and you could take advantage of different heights, like he could have been above me or behind or below me. And also there's so many corners that he could have been hiding behind any corner or any trap just waiting for me. So that's, I guess, he kind of made me play passive in that regard. But anyway, he's having his Dark Souls experience as well. He told himself that I would like to play Dark Souls to invade other people and make their lives not so good. So I respect that. I respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. One day I'll invade as well and make someone else's life, I guess, kind of plays out in a sense. But such is life. And well, such is Dark Souls. Sorry, just messaging someone. Anyway, back to the chat. So now, if you remember the examples I'd given, another example I'd given was Mirror's Edge, which was a parkour-driven first-person platformer / action game, which debuted on I think it was the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and then later found itself on the PC as well. That's how I got to purchase the game and play it as well. And I really had fun with it. It was not a perfect game, but I don't know. It was something, as much as there may be nothing new under the sun, you can find different ways to spice things up. Something that's been done before. First person's been done before. Parkour's been done before. Platforming had been done before. But the way they mixed this up, or these three concepts up in this game, and different art styles and colors, really made it that much more appealing to me. And I enjoyed the game like that. I was like, yeah, it's a decent game. It's not perfect, but I'll play it, finish it, maybe play it again, and talk about it, which I'm doing right now. So now, in terms of game development, what does that mean? Well, in my mind, while playing Mirror's Edge, I was just looking at it in the sense of in terms of platforming, free running, and first person. I was like, this could be generally the new direction in which first person games should go, because I noticed that with most first person games, the game mechanic itself didn't really change much in terms of the animations, of which Mirror's Edge made really, I dare say, really good first person animations, in terms of like the jumping, seeing your body. As it tried to make you feel as if you're seeing your body, as if you're looking through your own eyes. Because with most first person games, you look down, you never see your feet. when you grab onto something, you never see your hands, besides a gun, of course, and of which the perspective is a bit wonky, as if you're holding the gun directly to your eyes. But it's it was really a good development in that sense, in the sense that the animations were really spot on. I like the animations, and got knocked straight down into the pit. But anyway, it really spiced it up in that regard, and I was happy. And also in terms of game design, the levels themselves, in, like, for example, you could say, it's on a next gen console. Well, at the time, it's on a next gen console. It's on the PS3, it's on the Xbox, it's on the PC. You would expect that the levels I was fast asleep there. The levels were not so big. It's not like they were like, oh, let's just make huge sandboxes. It was actually quite linear. And but the nice thing is that even though it was a bit linear and the stages were not like 20 times bigger than any game you've played before on PS2, for example, the way they introduced and implemented the new game mechanics within those small stages made you utilize its stage. As you know, most games at the time had what I would like to call ghost walls, which is like, you can't go past this area. But with Mirror's Edge, it was like, if you can see it, chances are you can go there, unless you're on top of a building and you want to go to the other building. There's no way you can jump from building to building, but you can jump off the building you're on. You probably die, but you can do it. Nothing will stop you. So if you can see it, chances are you can climb your way, run your way up to the place that you can see, which is quite nice. As games in the past, it's like the consoles themselves, the technology at the time couldn't support it, not because it was impossible, but just because it took up too much resources. And since then, the resources had been available to utilize these functions, which is all very nice. It shows that as technology advanced, so did the development of games. They were like, yo, let's utilize this power we have within these machines and really make something out of them. Which is quite nice, because it's like, for example, in Jak and Daxter, they would put certain limitations within the game itself just to give excuses to not let you do that thing. For example, there'll be a mountain, then you walk to the edge and it's like Ghost Wall. That's it. Or there'll be a long sea and you travel in the sea. I remember you could get a boat in Jak and Daxter that could take you to like from island to island, which was cool. But you try run in the water, maybe try swim, a shark would come and kill you. So it's like, yeah, you could go there, but you can't go there, kind of thing. So it's like, it makes you believe that no, it's not that the game doesn't have enough how can I say, many. It's not, well, let me get my trail of thought back. It's not like the game is like, you can't go there because the place doesn't exist. It makes you believe that the place does exist, but something's preventing you from going there. Therefore, it's not a gaming limitation. It's not a program limitation or a hardware limitation. It's just a limitation of the situation, which doesn't make you criticize it that much, which is good. Well, it's not like I want every game to go open world and make you do everything you want to do, because that's not the point. The point of having different genres is that you focus on different things. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that's how I viewed it at the time, and that's how I view it now. Anyway, so as you can see, they had finally found the invader. I was like, well, I guess it's time to fight. Caught me with one Estus Flash, but like I said, I was feeling really tired. I wasn't even in the mood for this co-op, PvP, whatever. Now, actually, I think I felt really angry that he invaded me, because I just wanted to record for YouTube. I dare say I should have played offline then. Yeah, I guess I should have, but whatever. It's all for the experience. I have no problem with it. Fighting him actually means that I will improve on my PvP. He actually helped me by giving me training that I hadn't had. But it was a good fight. Excuse me. It was a good fight. He fought well. Until... I guess he did fight well. I had no problem with the way he fought until he started using the environment to his advantage. As this was where they throw bolters and stuff. And it's really... I guess that's where he lost all credibility to me. I had some respect for him during the fight, but... well, I guess it is what it is. He had his plan, and I had mine. So, well, I guess he came out on top. So he kind of set me back and made me run all the way through Sen's Fortress again, which is no problem. Can do it. Go pick up the Slumbering Dragon Ring, and sorry, made me run through it, but it's okay. I got to run and get the Slumbering Dragon Ring, which I hadn't picked up, and now I'm hollow, so no more invasions, which is just fine for till we can finish the recording. That's what I was thinking at the time. But anyway, those are kind of like my points in what I was talking about in games development, and that as technology advanced, it kind of gave people incentive to try think up and create new things. And also with that advancement of technology, it was like people found ways to make things less and less expensive to create in terms of open source softwares. But of course, some things still stayed expensive, such as life. Some people always want money instead of seeking ways to make things cheaper and more effective. Such is life. That I understand. But anyway, it's like in terms of the coding process and the designing process, people found some ways to make the process much simpler and I dare say quicker, such that even you'd find as little as one person making his own little indie game. It was possible. And that is the development of software and technology, which I actually find to be quite great, as it gives other people a chance to actually stand out and try something, give themselves a chance in the industry of game design. And that was all fair and fine. But then the problem I think is coming up is that now technology is kind of not at a standstill. Technology is still developing. If you look at like, for example, new model TVs, new model monitors and stuff like that. But then now the technology I'm talking about here is, like, for example, the computing power of the processors and RAM and graphics cards that go into these machines that play the games and make the games. Right? Like, let's just look at that as my term of technology, not technology as a whole, as in cell phones and or other gadgets. No, it's still advancing. But in terms of processing power as a whole, it seems like now the biggest limitation and barrier is silicon, which is the medium in which that's another bolter to the face. Silicon being the medium in which we make all our chips, processors, and motherboards and stuff like that. So the problem is that we're reaching a certain point whereby, well, as far as I know, we're reaching a certain point whereby we can't push a higher frequency than what we're getting from silicon, and we're getting diminished returns. Like, the more, it's like, obviously you'd argue that put more silicon, make bigger boards, or squeeze more into the same sized boards. That way we have more power and smaller chips. Like, yeah, but we're getting diminishing returns, and it costs money to do this, so people aren't willing to do it. As you'd put in twice as much money, you'd think you'd get twice as much results, right? but you don't. Sadly, it's rare you get even 1.5 the times the results by putting twice the money in. You know what I mean? It's not even fair sometimes. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, now I feel that's the problem right there, and that is the process. Well, unless we find something different, stuff like graphics and amount of space and the amount to the power to render the entire world without having to put different depths of view might just be a concept for now. It won't be in practice anytime soon, sorry. But it means that what makes games stand out now, and I believe what makes games stand out is the art, the direction of the art, and the direction of the storytelling. It's like all these other elements of the game besides the gameplay are what is defining what a good game is and a bad game is these days. Well, that's what I think. So sometimes I don't know. It's it's quite a pickle for me. I honestly don't know. Sometimes games get away with it. There's a part I hate. The part that I hate is that some games get away with good stories when the actual gameplay was not actually good. And some indie games, for example, get lots of good ratings and hypes. Like, oh, it's indie, it's so cute. Oh my word, it's indie. We love it. Give it to us, more indie, more indie. No, that's what the people be saying. But the gameplay sucks, and it doesn't even have a story. But then the color and the art design is actually very good. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess. Having other aspects contribute to a game's overall rating is good, because it makes sure that if you put effort in all the different departments, therefore hopefully you'll get like the recognition you deserve. But also some games are using that to kind of hide some of their flaws, like we know we can't really come up with a good game mechanic, but let's make the graphics look good. And when the graphics look good, everyone's gonna love it and buy it, even though the gameplay is like crap. Just like that boulder smashing into my face again. Damn boulder. But anyway, that's just my rant for on that aspect of games design. And I don't know, I hope you had fun listening to this little chat of mine, and I guess to be another Souls Day episode. Hopefully in the next episode I will finish off Sen's Fortress. Will I? I don't know. Let me think. Will I have enough time? Run, kill, run. Yeah, I guess the next episode actually might see us go through the upper part of Sen's Fortress and kill the stage boss, which would be cool, I guess. Give me a chance for another montage with a cool song I like and a boss fight. And I guess I'll see you guys then. Thanks for listening to me if you've been here this whole time, and thank you for supporting me if you've been watching all my videos, I guess, as not many people do. It's great having you guys, and that was another Souls Day, and I'll check you out some other time. Thanks, and goodbye.